Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with the next in our ongoing survey of the complete symphonic poems of Liszt, featuring the BBC Philharmonic and Gianandrea Noseda. Now, this has been generally a really good series, I have to say. The music, well, let me tell you something about the music. Let's put it this way. Liszt's symphonic poems take a lot of guff from me, from everybody else, from the world, because they are alleged to be formally dysfunctional. Well, there's some truth. There's some truth in that. There really is. And sort of screechily orchestrated and pretentious, because they're all about noble philosophical concepts. And some of that isn't really fair. And I'll tell you why. The reason it's really not fair is because very few people get to know them. I mean, really get to know them, listen to them enough so that they can internalize the music and decide really just how good it is, how successful it is. They're not easy pieces necessarily, in spite of the colorful titles and flamboyant scoring often. And I know this for a fact because this is what's happened to me over the years. I started out listening to them going, oh, God, it's just hopeless. And then as I felt that there was something there that I was missing, that they're better than I thought they were. I mean, they're fun to make fun of. That's part of it too, because, they're just so they try so hard, But the more I listen to them, the more I discover in them. And when you think about it, that is actually a characteristic of all great music, whether, you like it or you don't like it. It does bear repetition. And rather than getting worse and more clunky and ridiculous, as I've heard these pieces, they've actually gotten better. I find that they've gotten more interesting, not less. And so, it just could be that we're all judging them, or some of us anyway, are judging them too hastily, that I've been judging them too hastily. And maybe some of you have too. In any case, this series of tone poems has really helped me come to grips with the music because I've been listening. I mean, just because you listen, it just, it proves over and over and over again that if you keep on listening and the music is good, eventually most of it will get you. It will come through. So what do we got on this in this volume 3, which is quite good? First, Mazeppa. Mazeppa is really great. It's really one of the best tone poems after Les Preludes because, first of all, it exists in a totally separate version based on the same themes as one of the Transcendental Etudes. This tone poem is a reworking of the Transcendental Etude in orchestral guise. It's a fun story about, Cossacks and people getting killed by being dragged by their horse and battles and screechy stuff. Oh, it's just fun. It's fun music. It's a great piano etude, and it's really enjoyable to compare the etude to the tone poem, which is considerably longer. It's 16 minutes as opposed to 7 or 8 for the piano thing. But the point is that the music, first of all, the music has some really good tunes that are catchy, but it allows you to really focus on what Liszt is doing in each case. And it's really, really interesting. So there's Mazeppa, which this is an exciting performance. It's well done. It's not a subtle work. You just got to let it rip and have a good time. Then we've got Héroïde funèbre. Héroïde funèbre is, heroic funeral. It's a funeral march. It's a funeral that's based simultaneously on, it seems anyway, the funeral march from Beethoven's Eroica more than anything else. Maybe some Berlioz, like the Grande Symphonie funèbre et triomphale, unless that came later. Wait a second. I always make these mistakes. So hang on. Berlioz, Grande Symphonie funèbre et triomphale. Here it is. I'm just looking it up because I want to make sure I got it right. Yeah, it was much earlier. First performed in 1840. Okay, the Liszt stuff is written in the 1850s and and thereabouts. So yeah, I get a sense because the climaxes are quite similar in places, but it's a noble work. It has a tam-tam. What's not to love? Some interesting percussion running. It's 22 minutes long in this performance, which is not unconscionably drawn out. Thank God. And it's powerful stuff. I mean, it ends quietly, so no one ever wants to play it. It really would be nice if it gets a performance once in a while. I've always enjoyed this piece. Liszt is great in funeral mode. He always is, really. You know, the gloomier and darker he gets, the better it sounds usually with Liszt. So there you go. So that's fun. And then we've got Prometheus. Now, Prometheus is somewhat problematic. It's only 12 minutes long, 12 minutes and a bit. And it really should be performed more often because it's very passionate and agitated. It's not so clear, although the title is clear, obviously, but what the music is describing. And I'm not quite sure it matters. And it does, you know, Liszt sometimes undermines his own case because he indicates some cuts in this particular piece and, you know, ways to shorten it. And if it's only 12 minutes long, why would you want to shorten it anyway? Which tells you that maybe Liszt was a little unsure of how to end it or where it was going. But if you just let it happen and forget about Prometheus, I mean, just, you know, don't waste your brain cells worrying about Prometheus. It's fun. It's enjoyable, and it's exciting, and it has a rousing ending. Nothing's wrong with it. And then we have Festklänge. Pardon me. Yes, Festklänge. That just means, you know, celebratory noise. I mean, that's what it is. It's a celebratory noise. It is extremely repetitious. It has the same tune over and over again, which is fun. Dun da da bum ba da 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 ba 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 yo boom. You know, it does that about 30 bazillion times. And I, you know, the festive part is festive. It's fun. I don't know if you need to hear it as many times as Liszt plays it, but it's fun. I mean, you don't take it too seriously. I mean, in other words, relax, enjoy it, let it just do its thing. And, you know, all of these performances, as I've said, are quite enjoyable. The BBC Philharmonic plays with, I think, considerable personality, an orchestra that usually sounds pretty anonymous, but they seem to be really making an effort. Noseda is making an effort. He's projecting the music with confidence and excitement and smarts, and the sound is terrific. And very, very good on Chandos. I mean, it's a good job all around. So, yeah, we should go for this. And Chandos, if they're smart, well, you know, they will box this all up at some point and just issue it as a 5-disc set because it deserves to be in print long enough for people to actually hear it. And it deserves to have some sort of longevity and corporate identity because it's a fine series. So keep on listening, friends. Thanks for joining me. Take care.